allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wow, we like it when there's lots of people here. Unless they're here to holler at us and public comments, then we don't like that. Right, Audrey? If anybody has complaints, Carol will wait outside after the meeting and she'll address all of them. Wow. Great thing for
How about that? Did you write that down that he said that?
And if you have
He
any,
could be my first one.
if you have any complaints about anything that has to do with potholes or anything, Pat will wait outside.
I'll wait in here.
Don't be hiding over there. All right, good morning.
Morning.
Open the meeting with public comments. If anyone has anything that they'd like to address the board with, please stand up and state your name and address. All right, seeing none. We'll move on to approval of previous minutes of board meeting number 45 from Thursday, November 16, 2017, and approval of bills for payment.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Middy,
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon.
Yes, agreements, auditors.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ron.
This is our Manatron. This is a Thomson Reuters product, and this particular part boasts the MVP system that makes online access for all taxpayers for the real estate property information. The other part of this is about $75,000 for the other part of the Manatron contract that's coming up in another time.
Thank you. Clerk of Courts.
Good morning, Commissioner Nancy. It's a request for an agreement with Record Systems for the relocation of our file shelving system that's our current receiving court location to our new court facility. And it's in the amount of $3,575 general fund.
Beautiful. Thank you. Engineers.
Morning, everyone. Letter C is an agreement with Commercial Truck and Trailer for repairs to vehicle number 51. Letter D is an agreement with Unique Paving Materials for the purchase and hauling of emulsion to aid in the making of our cold mix for pothole patching. Funny you mentioned that. And letter E is amending an existing contract with CT Consultants for approval of additional work tasks as per the original agreement. This is for the Lowville Road Bridge. These are all non-general funds.
Beautiful. Thanks, Pat. All right. Facilities, purchasing.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Jim.
This is to remove asbestos from fittings and pipe due to the morgue renovation.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy. All right, recycling. Lou. Morning, Commissioner. Anything happening, Lou, with recycling?
Nothing. No, this is,
Seeing a lot of people here with you.
yes, we do. I'll be introducing him in a minute, but I just wanted to put out there that this is the sixth amendment to the long-standing agreement between Fulton Township trustees, Mahoning County District Board of Health, and the Public Services. One of the largest takeaways that this agreement provides is free household recycling services to over 90,000 homes in Mahoning County, a benefit of over $1 million, and it will continue throughout the lifetime of the landfill. That being said, I want to introduce Tim Tusick, my negotiating partner with the District Board of the County Prosecutor's Office, and I want to introduce Mike Ayer, former Public Services Manager of Carbon Mines in the landfill. Mike, you want to say anything?
Sure. This agreement was first signed in 1991, Good Friday of that year, and it has been amended 6 times. What we did is the agreement got so huge, and there were a lot of extraneous things that didn't matter anymore, so we took them out and redid a new agreement. It continues the curbside recycling to 93,000 homes for the life of the landfill, which right now is over 50 years. And I'm leaving in my will some expansion plans that can go 100 years, so.
Carol will be here. She'll make sure.
I'm not being buried at the landfill. No, that rumor's false. Also, it continues a $60,000 payment, extra payment to the Poland trustees, which expired in 2022. This $60,000 then is for the life of the landfill to them. It also continues the $15,000 to the police, $15,000 to the road department, $15,000 to Mahoning Township, Pennsylvania, and $15,000 to West Reserve Fire Department. This agreement also has 3 new provisions: $5,000 to Poland Village for the life of the landfill. We run through the village with our trucks, and Mayor Sukafus was very happy to have $5,000. It also includes $10,000 added to the Board of Health. If you, in the past, we gave about $600,000 to the Mahoning County Board of Health to build a lab, a water testing lab, and they do all the testing for all the landfills, not just ours, around the landfill. And this provides $10,000 on an annual basis for the life of the landfill to support that water testing. And then finally, through Tim Tusick and Lou twisting my arm, we're going to give $10,000 to the hazmat team for the life of this landfill also. Those are new provisions. And if you sign these today, we'll get checks to all of those 3 yet this year. So it'll be, so that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Lou, Tim, Mike, I know a lot of people work very hard on that. I see the fruits of all your labor at our Green Team meetings, that I get to participate in as chair of the board. And, sometimes I don't make it. Most of the times I try to make it, but Lou does an amazing job on behalf of the county with the Green Team. And, Mike, the Republican, the work that you do doesn't go unnoticed. Everyone appreciates it.
I will point out one thing. That Mahoning County is the only county in the state of Ohio that has free curbside recycling to all of the populated areas of the county without any tax dollars or without any charge. It's the only county that does that.
That's amazing.
And that's thanks to our
It's
negotiating.
amazing. I am disappointed, though, that you provide anything to an address that has Pennsylvania attached to it. Mahoning Township, Pennsylvania. That's terrible. So, anyway. Well, thank you. Thanks, Lou. Appreciate it. All right, move on to sanitary.
Yes, good morning, Commissioner. H is in agreement with Icon Mechanical. That's to repair 3-inch water lines that service the centrifuge at the Meander Treatment Plant. I is in a modification to the agreement with CT Consultants. We brought them on to do some extensive testing of the site in New Middletown where the pump station is being constructed to verify information for us to be used later on. And J is in agreement with Environmental Design Group, and that's to perform a stormwater management plan for the Meander Treatment Plant as part of the NPDES permit.
Good. Thanks, Bill. Okay, motion to approve agreements.
Motion to approve agreements A through J.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Middy O'Geady? Yes. Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Joseph?
Yes. Appointments. Commissioners, appoint the following individuals to serve on the Mahoning County Board of Developmental Disabilities effective January 1, 2018 for 4 years. Mr. Peter Knoll and Ms. Andrea Peck.
Motion to approve appointments, letter A.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Middy O'Geady?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Joseph?
Yes. Resolutions.
Motion to approve resolutions, number 1 additions.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Middy O'Geady?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Joseph?
Yes. Record of bids, sanitary.
Yes, Commissioners, this is an improvement to reinstall sanitary sewer in the Poland Woods area. This is to eliminate some problems we've been having with that interceptor sewer. We had 8 bids come in on this project. All bids were under the engineer's estimate, and we are evaluating those bids and we'll be making a recommendation to the board.
Good. Thanks, Bill. Record of bids.
Motion to approve record of bids 2A.
Second.
Commissioner Middy O'Geady? Yes. Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Joseph?
Yes. Resolutions. Commissioners on the, Ivy, would you like to lead the way on these?
I will. A lot of components to this. First of all, I want to thank Sanitary Department, Bill Coleman, Eric, Pat, and all of their work in getting these documents done and making sure the review and everything was there for the auditor's office and their review, and going down to the rating agency with Commissioner Gisler and Bill and Pat, that we got through the rating through this. These 3,
Ralph.
These three instruments, basically, one is a trust indenture, and I'm going to have Pam speak to that. That is a new trust indenture from our 2010 revenue bond, and we're refunding that bond, and it requires a new trust indenture. That's going to make some things a lot easier for even the auditor's office, Bill, when they're doing the calculations and things like that, to assist with that. The second is a resolution to enter a revenue bond. That revenue bond takes and does a refunding. There is new money, and then there's rolling of a note that's going into a bond for a total of $19,444,000. The second resolution relates to the Campbell Water Tower, and that's going to be an economic development bond. We had a meeting earlier with the CIC board in order to approve that project, and that's going to go forward. That project is forward, and we already had the intent to go out for debt with it, but that is not a public safety issue in Campbell, and so that tower's going forward, and Bill can speak to that. So, excuse me, I've got a little bit of cold going here. I'm going down really fast. But on the ratings, and then I'll let Commissioner Bisler speak to that too. The board sent out a press release this morning. We were able to affirm our AAA 3 rating with Moody's, and then, but also in addition to that, the general obligations limited tax debt was also rated, and that rating went from an A1 to a AAA 3, and that's the highest that rating has ever been for the county. So we're excited about that too. That's going to help with future debt issuance and things like that, and even with our ratings with S&P too. So with that, I'll let the board play with that, but I'll let Pam talk about the trust indenture and what we've done so far.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'll my back to everybody. But the county's been working under a trust indenture for its sewer revenue debt since 2010 that has caused some issues. It's been, I think, generally fine, but some administrative issues in trying to figure out whether you're meeting your rate covenants and so forth. And so it's been an opportune time to replace that when you can refund the debt and have savings and also get a new trust eventually. So you have, really both benefits. So now, whenever you issue revenue debt payable from the sewer revenues, you've got a new trust indenture you're issuing that under that should be a lot more accommodating, administratively easier, and so forth. So that's what that is about, but you also have a cost savings. So, and then these are both types of debt that are unusual. It's not your general obligation issues. It's not your sales tax issue. One is payable from your revenues of your sewer system only, and then the other, which relates to the water tower, is payable from non-tax revenues of the county. So it's not subject to your debt limits, which is nice. And those should be issued in December as well. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you.
Excellent, thank you, Pam, and maybe you can introduce
Yes.
your associate
Yes,
as
this
well.
is Ryan Calendar. He's a partner of mine at the firm. And, I'm going to be retiring at the end of this year.
Yeah.
And
how many years have you worked with Mahoney County, Pam?
Well, the firm has worked with Mahoney County for over 100 years. It's true.
Well, Carol hired you.
Carol hired the firm. That's right. Great minds.
Right, exactly.
What would they do without us?
So often.
Poor Bill would be going with the sheriff, with Mike too.
But I've been working at the firm since 1980. And,
Well, fantastic, and I know that everything has always been, fantastic with the work that you've provided to us and the job that you've done, and we really appreciate, all your hard work and efforts that have gone on long prior to when I was here. I know Anthony's worked with you a long time, and Carol.
you guys have been great.
They're working well with Brian, on the job.
We're following the grandchildren to Connecticut.
That's a wonderful thing. It's what we do.
And as soon as we announced we were going to move to Connecticut to my daughter, because they've been asking, she got pregnant again. So now we're going to have another one.
I'm surprised the firm didn't say, well, you could work from there. We could definitely provide, we could work out of your house for a while. But
It's always out there. It's a possibility.
yeah, so it's good.
Thank you.
We're all right with that. We can communicate via
I have a cell phone.
cell phone or what's that other one? with the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Skype.
Skype, yes, that, we can do that.
Ralph, anything you'd like to add?
Yes, I would. Still like working with Pam over the last several years
I'll
on
be your
this bond indenture we did away with, it was a mess. Frankly, we sat down with our outside accountant for several hours. We were not rookies at this, and it took a long time to work our way through it. It's a real positive getting through that 2010 indenture into the new one. Secondly, I think the fact that we have a good bond rating is a testimony to the cooperation and the efforts of the commissioners and the whole team we have here. Bill and Pat, what they do in their department, the new rate increases that they engineered and the commissioners approved makes this new bond feasible for all of us. So it's just a good moment, I think. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ralph. I know that, got an opportunity to go with Ralph and Bill and Pat and, down, and Erica. Yes. From Bill's office that did a great job, and Bill is a wealth of knowledge, and basically, he kind of led the way for all of us, so we thank Bill and Omar that was with us with this rating, and Moody's in Columbus. We were able to go to Columbus instead of New York this time because they met us there in Columbus from their two offices. Moody's did. So, thank you, Ralph, Bill, and Pat, and Erica, and for not only the presentation, people who went to the presentation, but everyone that worked behind the scenes and did months and months and months of work, prior to us just going down for a few hours. That was just, we got to put the icing on the cake, but all the hard work was done prior to that. Thank all their offices and the people that worked and the board, that worked to participate. So thank you very much. And we did put together a press release. I thought we were going to have copies to pass out. I don't know if Audrey went to get them or what. Maybe if you could ask Anna to bring some copies
Sure.
over. Thank you.
Audrey,
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, well, then we'll move on from commissioners and OMB to convention and visitors.
Good morning. This is our sponsorship for the 2018 Ohio Athletic Committee grade school and junior high school wrestling tournament that comes annually to the Covelli Center. This will be the 8th year that they're bringing the state championships here. This is a big economic impact to the area. Last year, there were 2,062 participants and over 18,600 attendees, and that generated over 2,100 hotel room nights. So it's a great event that comes every year, and we want to continue to sponsor it.
Fantastic, thank you, Linda. Hazmat. I don't know. Steve.
I'm here.
Chief, I'm looking for you.
I'm here. I'm right in the corner. Good morning. Thank you, everybody. Just ongoing efforts to continuing billing for the hazmat calls. So that's all I have.
Beautiful. Okay, C, or D, F, and G. Recycling. H.
Again, the resolution support for the district's grant application, the USDA for a Rural Recycling Education Awareness Program. Just as a footnote, Mahoning County is the longest standing recipient of this grant from the USDA in the state of Ohio.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it. Veterans. Jimmy.
Sure. Commissioners, on October 26th, you passed a resolution authorizing veteran service to acquire a new bus to the Department of Transportation. Pursuant to ORC 307-12G, we're allowed to do trade-ins for credits. This has allowed us to trade in a 2010 bus that has major mechanical problems.
Good. Thank you, Jimmy.
Sure.
Resolutions.
Motion to approve resolutions A through I.
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Reagan.
Yes.
Commissioner Traficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Bixby.
Yes. All right. A lot of good things happening. Ted, I see you in the back there. I appreciate you being here, and maybe you can introduce your new colleague or your new
Yes.
trustee.
I appreciate everything that commissioners have done for Beaver Township and for myself. It was a pleasure working with you, and I will be leaving office. And I can't express on Eric Tabor, This is our newly elected trustee, and I'm going to mentor him and make sure he gets off on the right start.
He's got some big shoes to fill.
Thank you. I
You did a great job for a long time, not only for Beaver Township, but for all of Mahoney County. You know, you've always been a fighter on behalf of issues that affected the whole county, not just your community, and, you know, you've done an amazing job, so.
If anything comes up.
How many years, Ted?
12 total, and then some, so, thank you.
Thank you, and Eric, welcome.
Thank you.
You know, we appreciate you being on board. I know you've got a great name in your community and a lot of respect, and, you know, you're a business owner as well? in the
Yes,
Community?
Tabor Landscaping Gardens.
Yeah, landscaping.
Yep.
So, excellent. Welcome, and anything that our board can do on behalf, you know, we would be welcome.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Anyone else? Pat, what do you got to say for yourself?
I don't have a whole lot.
Give us some words of enlightenment.
Since Ted's here, I want to commend him. He's been a pleasure to work with from my standpoint. This is my 5th year, and I could say one thing, if Ted called, it was a legitimate call. I get calls all day long from the 14 townships, and I could probably count on one hand how many times Ted has called to complain, but if he called me, it was legitimate. Great guy to work with, and outside of work, he's just a nice guy. So wish you the best, Ted, and you know, appreciate everything you've done for me as well in my office, in my capacity. But outside of that, you know, winter's coming, you know, and I say this at every meeting, you know, we're still doing construction. I just ask people to drive with caution, take it slow. There's still people on the roads that want to go home to their families, especially during the holiday season. Don't text and drive, don't get distracted. There's a lot of people still out there. You know, keep these people in mind. You know, again, with the weather starting to change, the roads are going to start slicking up. So give yourself time, slow it down a little bit, and pay attention. That's all I have. Wish everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks for that. Guys have done a lot
Thank
of
you,
work,
Pat.
have done a great job. Linda?
Just a few reminders about some great events coming up this Thanksgiving weekend. Memories of Christmas Past opened last Saturday at the Arms Museum. This is the 10th anniversary display. It is spectacular. I had a chance to walk through, and it's just phenomenal. So definitely encourage you to see that. It runs through January 7th, I believe. This Saturday, the Nutcracker Ballet will be at Powers Auditorium. And a Thanksgiving tradition this Saturday and Sunday, old-fashioned Christmas at Lennerman's Mill with music and crackers and foods. Lots of good stuff going on there. It's become a tradition. A lot of people that come back home for Thanksgiving and make a visit down to Lennerman's Mill. And mark your calendars. Don't forget the downtown holiday parade and Christmas tree lighting will be Friday, December 1st. Activities for the family start at 5 and the parade will be at 6:30. The 40-foot tall blue spruce is up in Central Square, and it'll be great. All lit up.
Beautiful. Thank you, Linda. Anyone else?
I don't think we should let Tim Tusa get out of here without saying it.
Who's Tim Tusa?
Right, he's hiding in the back.
Where is that?
He's hiding in the
Where is
back.
Everybody's hiding.
Come on, Bunya.
I thought that was Ralph's twin brother back there.
No, just the other Republican in the room. I'll tell you what, working with Mike over these years has been fantastic. When you think about the fact that that landfill agreement came out of a lawsuit, you don't see happy endings a lot of times like that, where the parties are able to work together so well over so many years to just take that agreement and continue to improve it and make it better over time. And Lou's input on this and crunching those numbers and figuring it all out, because obviously, can't have an attorney crunching the numbers who don't do that great, but Lou definitely can do that well. So I'm just pleased that, we got another amendment done, and who knows, maybe there'll be still another amendment sometime in the future. It seems like every time we thought we've done the last one, something else has come up. So just been great working with those guys, and we'll see how this one goes.
You guys have done a great job, Tim. And you know what? Once you get in office, the D's and R's go away, because we all just try to do the best job we can for the people. It's all good. You've done a great job. And Lou, it goes without speaking, Lou and Jim Jarrett, over in his office, all the people there just have worked tirelessly and under your leadership as well, because I know you've been doing this for about 20-some years with respect?
It's a lot of, it's been a lot of years.
Yeah. I mean, just with respect to the green
Oh,
team
sure,
and stuff,
definitely,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Started
thank
with Van Brocklin.
Oh my
Wow.
God, he did start that.
Wow. Man, you and Carol came together, huh?
You know what, I'm gonna just.
I keep telling you, Jill. I keep telling you, you have friends in the prosecutor's office, Carol. If you would ever do anything, I mean, you're okay. We can see it.
You know what, I can only run faster than her for like a short, more period of time. You know, once she gets that ankle working, I'm gonna have to back off, you know, because I know she'll be able to catch me then.
I can catch him now.
You know,
You're okay. You're good. Don't worry about it.
you know, I was the first officer on the scene when Gary got shot in the leg. Yeah,
Yeah, were you really?
yeah. It was right across the street.
Yeah, it was in his office.
Well,
My God,
I heard they were looking for Tim, but you know.
Do you believe that's all gone there, out of there now?
Is that something?
Yep.
It was, and that was before it was as crazy as it is today, you know, so I guess hasn't changed a lot, just more often. Anyone else? Carol?
Well, I just want to echo what Dave and our team has said about our bonds, and Pam, God, we wish you the very best. If there's any chance you could be via phone or via satellite, we're in. Sorry.
No.
I agree with that. Okay. And thank Ralph and everyone, Pat and Bill, about this is phenomenal. Dave, who went, Audrey, who was there, and of course Stacy and Erica. I mean, I have to go over that again because what our group has done to create this was a team effort with all elected officials, appointed people, directors to make this really great. I put Mahoney County at the top of the list of the state of Ohio. We are the most functional county that I've seen, and I go to a lot of state meetings, and I must say, we're all informed. We all know what everyone's doing. A lot of other counties in the state are not like that. So I'm proud of our team. We always have good leaders in place to go to different things. I want to thank, of course, as Dave said, Lou and Mike. Great, always great having partners in business sector. So we thank you with that as well. And everyone else and our team up here. Because I got to say this, I have to brag about us, because without us, a lot of things don't really happen. I mean, you know, we agree to disagree, and we agree more than we disagree. So we have a good team, we have good office people, we have great directors, so I just want to make that known. And be safe on Thanksgiving. Have a happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Be safe. Please be careful driving. Be aware of how you drive, where you drive, keep the speeds down. If you're partying, or your kids are, tomorrow, which is Wednesday, just take your time, make it open that they can call home for a ride. So just be safe and have a great holiday. God bless everybody.
Yeah, I'd just like to echo my colleagues' sentiments. Dave, our financial team, Audrey, Ralph, and everybody involved, our bond counsel. I think the taxpayers of Mahoney County will be very pleased to know that the financial portfolio of Mahoney County has been upgraded. That helps us in many, many different ways, as respect to debt limits and reducing interest rates on money that we've borrowed, that we've refinanced during some pretty tumultuous times. And that just proves that you have a working team here in Mahoney County, at all levels, at all different offices, to make this happen. If it wasn't for the good efforts of our employees and all the financial people that we have here, this would not happen. So I just want to give my thanks to everybody for what they've done to make Mahoney County have an upgraded financial status on the world stage. Secondly, my good friend Ted Lyda. Ted, I'm gonna miss you, but I know you're gonna be around. I know where you live. I go by your house every day. I lay on that horn.
Oh, God, poor Ted.
And we know all about the Lyda Farm and all the good property that Ted has in Beaver Township. And I'm glad you're mentoring young Eric. Eric, it's good to have you in there. I'm a North Lima guy since I was small, even though I live in Poland. I grew up most of my youth, and I'm still out there. My businesses are in North Lima, so one day I'll have to have you come out and meet everyone. I've been to your landscaping place many times. It's truly a beautiful place. You have some nice stuff, and you have very friendly staff. Lou Vega, Mike Hager, the Green Team, what these gentlemen do, and Tim Tusick with the landfills is phenomenal. I've been chairman of the Green Team for a few years in the past, and I can tell you these folks are dedicated. Mike has the most extensive knowledge in landfills than anybody. He's been around for I don't know how many years, but
Longer than Carol.
How many years?
Longer than Carol.
Well, you're going to be here the next 100, right?
Oh, God.
You're older than Carol.
Now you are.
Wow, Mike, I'm telling you, that's a long time.
So we appreciate what you've done, and Lou, and it's good to see the hazmat got a piece out of that agreement, because that's so important. When something happens, these guys are always the ones who are there at the scene. So good job. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and make sure you eat a lot.
Well, I think I covered most everybody when we were going through, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about people. You know, you put good people in positions that work hard, and they do a great job on our behalf. And I always say that I always want to be the weakest link in the chain. You know, surround yourself with good people that do a great job, and you'll never go wrong. You know, and Pam has fit that bill. She's been working in the time that I've been here, you know, very hard on behalf of the county. And Brian, we welcome you here, and everyone that works for the county and in this room. You know, I've interacted with most all of you on a regular basis and quite a few times, and I appreciate the job you all do and how hard you work. Even Pat, you know, even though Pat hollers at me more than any person in the room.
I was going to agree with you as being the weakest link.
Yeah, I know, I knew that was coming, but, and I'm okay with that, because the only thing I think I am smart enough to do is to put a lot of smarter people around me to make sure that we do the right thing, so I'm okay with that. But it's all good, and I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and remember, you know, there's a lot of giving trees. You know, I saw something the other day that really broke my heart, because you know, my mother is between a hospital and a nursing home right now, and in a wheelchair. And there was a giving tree my wife and I went up to try and, because we don't have any children, so we always look to get as many as we can from different places. And when we went up to it, it was a giving tree for seniors, for people that didn't have anybody, didn't have anything, that were in nursing homes. And so, you know, I think that everyone in this room is probably a little more fortunate than most, and I consider myself very fortunate. So I ask everybody to, you know, grab a name off the giving tree and do something on the holiday season, not only at Thanksgiving, especially at Thanksgiving and Christmas, but all year long. So with that said, happy Thanksgiving. Wish well for all you and your families, and ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Midgley-Evans?
Yes.
Commissioner Traficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes, and there is a press release up here. We ask you to grab a copy of it on our bond ratings. So, great day.